always love. This is the voice of Franklin Imona, the one you love to call Uncle Fine Boy, because I am the finest uncle talking sport in the capital city and beyond, reaching you live from the studio of Voice of the People 96.1 FM here in the capital city of Abuja. Today is a 26th March 2024 and it is a Thursday. Exactly 3 minutes has gone past the hour of 4 p.m. and we are set to drive you to make your evening complete, to take you around the ever entertaining, exciting, informative, busy world of sports. And as usual, I am not alone on the show. It is a full house packed to rafters, and I've got one man. He loves to talk sport. In fact, I call him the best partner you can ever have on a sports show.
Absolutely. Come on, that's a bit of a flattery, but I tell you what you get from me: simple sport, because I am the sport bishop, the magistrate, the pilot, the prophet, the professor. None so arrange like he said, it is 1 hour of sport at its peak. Basketball, Formula One, table tennis, football, basketball, golf, Formula One.
Well done, no. My name is Mr.
We'll bring it.
J.
And he jumps into the show, even when he, of course, will be caught after the sport bishop gives his rendition. More of an introduction.
Absolutely.
Of course, you heard his voice, Mr. Johnson Michael G. He calls himself Mr. J, and Sport Bishop calls him MJ, but who don't know how to dance?
This one is JM, MJ. They're all the same.
Absolutely.
But I know how to talk sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you do the dancing on the mic,
Exactly.
talking sports. Of course, it is a full house, and of course, we will be taking you around the world of sport, from the Nigerian Premier Football League to the camp of the Super Eagles. It is a match day live battles of the Eagles, as the Eagles of Mali are set to see how they can topple the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the number 3 ranked team in the whole of Africa. To that's a win according to their coach. Is a talking tough. We will let you into other sports as concerning what the Minister for Sports has said concerning the bonus for Team Nigeria having amassed a whole lot of medals. And of course, we will be taking you out of the shores of Africa, where it is not looking good for FA of China, the Chinese Football Association. Here that ex-chairman have been fined and has been sentenced, in fact, to get a whole lot on that gist, as well as doping for, I don't know, Brazil. It seems a whole lot of bad news is emanating from that nation. All these and many more loading on the show. Do us one favor, increase the audio level of your radio set. Run to our YouTube channel, because we are streaming live. Do well to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be getting more of sport in its full dose, as well as other programs running on a Voice of the People 96.1 FM here in Abuja. Let's go on this, brother. When we return, it will be game on.
If you be insect, man.
News from the local scene. Alright, so welcome back, and straight away we will be taking you to the local scene, and from there we would move over to Africa. But come on, let's start from this one. I'm talking about the Confederation Cup, where we hear that Rivers United and USM Origins a new date as well as time for that important cracker ahead of the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederation Cup. We hear that the African Soccer Governing Body, CAF, has changed the kickoff time of the game between Rivers United and USM Origins. The Pride of Rivers are set for a titanic clash with the defending champions after finishing second in Group A ahead of debutant Dream FC of Ghana. CAF have on Tuesday changed the kickoff time from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., which was originally fixed 5 p.m. But something happened and they had to take it to 2. Now we hear that it has been taken back to 5 p.m. The first leg will be taking place right here at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, while the second legs, talking about the reverse fixture, will be in August, exactly 7 days. The 31st of March on Easter Day will be when Rivers United will beat USM August. Sport Bishop, at the time, that doesn't look favorable for us.
2 p.m. in the daring heat of Nigeria, with the sun scorching at you, coming back from a wonderful service wherever you go, whether it is a Christian or a Muslim, to play football at that point in time, 2 p.m., for me, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. 5 p.m., don't forget they play in a stadium that has got floodlights. In the
Gospel Akpabio
They refused to approve the Adokia Masiamaka Stadium. We don't know why CAF didn't, but the Uyo Stadium is where they'll be playing that game. Floodlights, lush green stadium, beautiful scenery, wonderful fans to gather. And the CAF is saying 2 p.m. To me, I think it's a big blow for Nigeria. Maybe an advantage for them because Algeria love to play their games in the night. They hate the hot weather. We saw that in the African Cup of Nations. They struggle with very high humidity. Maybe advantage for Nigeria, but come on. They say all is fair play, is football, isn't it? But it is what it is. 2 p.m. it is. I don't think it will change anything for Rivers United. It's all about winning the game and taking a commendable result to the second leg in Algeria. So for me, it doesn't matter. Maybe the weather will take a toll on the Algerians more than the Nigerians. But at the end of the day, it's football. It's 11 players on the pitch of play with a rounded up ball trying to outwit the opponent. That is for me.
To me, it does matter.
How?
Because
for Nigeria or against Nigeria?
Yes, for Nigeria. This is our own
weather.
This is our own terrain. You know, if this game is going to be played elsewhere, we say because of time change or whatever. Yeah. We are playing a game by 10 p.m. at night, and most of Nigerian fans will be sleeping by then. Now, this game is going to be played on Nigeria turf. Why can't FIFA look at when it's best suitable for Nigerians to view it?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. is hot afternoon, my brother.
Is it a good time?
It's not a good time for me.
He said it's a no-no.
It's
changing from 5 p.m.
From 5
to
5
2
p.m. is the most convenient time for any part of this country.
But it's an advantage for the Nigerian player because the weather will be scorching and Algeria hates the sun.
Where do you see which of the Nigerian teams practice or do training by 2 o'clock or play their games by 2 o'clock?
Most of the NPFL games, kick-off time is 4 p.m.
It's 4 p.m. So why, and this is Nigerian game, why don't they value our own as in region time, our time?
Maybe for a lot of issues, TV rights, maybe. But for me, I don't think these things matter. What matters is for Rivers United.
Because if it's other region, we will try to adjust. Because that is when it's convenient at that. That is when it's best at that period of time. Those regions.
Exactly. In football, everything is always considered, from the altitude to the climate to the pitch, everything, to the pitch, to the fans. Everything is considered. But one man that refused to consider all of this thing is the coach of Niger Tornadoes, having ended the unbeaten runs of Shooting Stars of Ibadan. He came back from a goal down in the first half, had some serious prep talk with his players, and second half they came out smoking hot and they got 2 goals that condemned Shooting Stars of Ibadan to their defeat in a long time. Let's listen to Coach Minjin Mohammed as he speaks to us. This coach is so emotional. He feels that this might just be the finals, where this win will give me the trophy. He speaks to us regarding the game. Let's hear him.
What's your reaction?
Well, what can I say than to give glory to God? It was not easy, but we thank God that God gave us the 3 points. 3SC are not pushover, and they came with a match plan and they almost got away with it. Remember, their coach is not a small coach. He has been in the game for a long time. So, you know what is stake. But we thank God.
Coach, you went into the dressing room trailing 3SC by 1 goal to nil. What did you tell your boys, and what impact did you think those substitutions made?
Well, I told them that as far as football is concerned, it is not yet over until it is over. If they can score us 1 goal, then we can go in second half and equalize and possibly win the match. And I think that was exactly what happened. All I told them is to calm down in front of the goal and then take their chances. And we thank God.
Yeah, eventually we saw the calmness leading to those 2.
Definitely, I said all they need to do is to be calm, and the goal will come, and eventually the goals did come.
Oh
in
yes,
the
they
second
did.
half.
Oh yes, they did. Christian Piabara got the early goal for Shooting Stars. I think that guy has been informed since he returned from Europe to join up with Shooting Stars. He knows the manager so well. Benga Gumbote, the Oracle, like he's fondly called in the APFL. I got that goal in the 39th minute, but in the second half it was Clinton Jaffet in the 76th minute, and of course that beautiful goal in the 4th minute of added time by Kenal to get them all points. For Niger Tornadoes, it's a big boost for them. If looking at the table where they are right now, I think you would argue that 3 points were golden for a certain team like I beg your pardon, Niger Tornadoes. Now they move up to 14th on the log. A team that was in the relegation zone move up to 14 with 33 points. And I'm close to mid-table than they, even though if you look at the log, they're just 2 points away from the relegation zone, but it's huge for them. Big blow for Benga Gubote and his boys. Talking about the Shooting Stars of Ibadan. They sit 8 on the log. I think they missed a chance to go closer to the top. If they had won that game, they'll be 4 points to the top of the table, but they sit 8 on the table. Maybe not over for their season, but I tell you, a big blow for their continental chase.
Mr. J, with the winner from Niger Tornadoes against Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and a push for them to at least see if they can make it to the top 4, even though it's looking like a humongous task for Coach Mohamed Menjin. Do you see them, after this win, getting all the forms that they can get, muscle it out to go up into the top 4?
Yeah, they can even go all the way to win the title.
Wow.
This particular defeat is one defeat out of so many games
for 3SC?
Yeah.
And a win for Niger Tornadoes.
The win for Niger Tornadoes can't come at a better time than this because they really need it. They have to just put on their A game, just like they did against the Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and continue to fight their way out of the relegation zone. But for Shooting Stars, not much is lost yet. Just like as I said yesterday, they just have to believe that it's one game they've lost. They still have about 10 games to win again. And if they come out, bounce back, and start winning their games, and eventually won all their games, and the other teams in the league start dropping points, then there's nothing stopping them from winning the league.
Of course, nothing is stopping them from winning the league. All they need is a belief and see how they can continue with this impressive form against Shooting Stars of Ibadan. We keep our fingers crossed and hope that Niger Tornadoes can do the unthinkable. One man that says, in my tenure, I refuse to follow what has been happening, that is that he wants to carve an inch for himself, is the Minister for Sport Development. In a chat with him with a media sport journalist at the MKO Abiola Stadium.
Yeah, I wanted us to be through with the MPFL before we move to the Minister of Youth and Sport.
Any updates?
Absolutely. Coming from Aqua United, we heard Aqua United have gotten a new manager, just coming from 4 points from the last 2 games against Gombe United and Plateau United. We hear the Aqua United Clubhouse have confirmed an end of the season contract for Mohamed Baba Ganaro. We hear he's already in Uyo, and he will add quality to the technical crop, the 2021 champions, the 2-time winners. He's a 2-time winner of the league with Kano Pillars, and is delighted to join a team with great football tradition and wonderful management. Paul Bassett has said it's a privilege having a coach at Baba Ganaro in Oka United. This man has got quality. Like I said, he won the league twice with Kano Pillars. He's a household name in the Nigerian Premier Football League. And Aqua United hoping to, end the season on a high after 2 beautiful results against Gombe, like I told you, and of course Plateau United winning, getting 4 points from those games. They've got an astute manager who will help galvanize their rise up the table.
Getting a new coach at this time of the season.
End of the season contract.
10 matches to go.
Absolutely.
And you're giving this man a 10 games ultimatum to turn their season around. Who does this?
Maybe because of
only the MPFL.
The caliber of coach he's been, when they look at his track record, he's been able to do it. He's a very big name. When it comes to coaching in
Mr. J, this is looking like the devil's gift.
Aqua United, let's look at it now. They have won. But before you go on, I also let you. They played the last 5 games. They've won 3. They've drawn 1 and lost 1. The last 2 games, like we said, they win and they draw.
Yeah.
But the last 2 wins and they draw. So it means they're in the right place. Though they sit 17th on the table in relegation position with 31 points.
With the kind of manager they have now.
So are you saying this is the Roy Hodgson of the NPFL?
The Sam Allardyce.
That knows how to... the Big Sam.
The Big Sam of the NPFL.
But the difference here is this guy is a winner. He has
Absolutely.
won it.
Absolutely.
He has won this title. So he knows what is it. The only thing that may be a downside for him is maybe
The time.
The time is one. Maybe the quality of players there
Okay.
may not really be what he's used to working with, or maybe they may not really understand him to turn the tide around. If not, for his personality and
experience
capacity,
in the league, okay.
There's every possibility to turn the season around for
Aqua United.
One thing I will always say is let's keep our fingers crossed. It is one game at a time. At the end of March day 36, we will come back to visit this case and see where Aqua United
I think for Paul Bassi, who is the chairman of the club, I think for him, if Aqua United remains in the NPFL, it is a fantastic end to the season.
Exactly.
I don't think they've got an eye in the continent. I don't think they've got an eye to win the league. It'd be Oliver Twist asking for more. Survival is the prize.
Just to survive.
Yeah.
For Team Nigeria, it is a more than survival, but it is more of money reigns. As we hear that some batches have received their dollars, as well as others waiting for theirs. This was made known to us by the Minister for Sport Development, Minister John Onwa, who came out to say that from the last check, it was the first batch that have received their welfare package as well as their bonuses, while others should not fret. As the NFF, did I say the NFF? The federal government has released some amount of money, while others will come. Let's take a listen to the Minister for Sports Development.
A few days after my interaction with athletes in Accra, the first set of winning bonuses were paid. That I can share with you. Now the subsequent ones, we also got to a point as a ministry in which we had to sit back to be able to get the overall tally. Right? And this was only achieved at the end of the games. How many medals are we looking at? How many golds? How many silver? How many bronze? And since yesterday, work is going on that. So the only thing that has happened is that there is some little bit of delay because of having to make sure that we get our records and get our facts, get everything right. But having paid the first set of people, and this gives some little bit of confidence and hope to others who have not received their bonuses, that their monies will be paid. And I can say this to you right away, that at certain times there are a few things that have taken place under me as minister that people who have been in this sector have tried to give an impression as if, those were records that were being set. And I'm been wondering, really, is it that you mark a certain amount of money to be paid to others, and at the end of the day, you don't pay that money? It's strange to me. So that's why it makes it's so simple to just make sure that things get done. I mean, I recall, for example, that...
All right, saying that for him, it is all about things that get done at the appropriate time. A minister who knows his onions, a minister who says that, look, whatever money that is entitled to any athlete, they should get. Sport Bishop, this man is a man that talks and do.
I was there live during that press briefing. He looks like a man who understands what it takes to run football here in Nigeria. Look at the All-Africa game and step up to what we got the last time we were in Rabat, Morocco. Gold medals to our name, and it could have been more because the guys did so well, Unfortunately, some issues came up, but they got as much medals as they can, over 100 medals, either in gold, silver, and bronze. And, to me, it's a movement in the right direction. I love the fact, before they did travel, I told we played his voice where he said that no athlete will be shortchanged.
Exactly.
That he was going to ensure that every athlete gets their due, gets their what is accrued to them, and he's done that. First batch already been paid their money far away in Accra, Ghana, and he's telling us clearly that more will be paid before the end of the week. So it's the right move in the right direction. They also spoke about the fact that when the team has started preparing for the next All Africa game, started preparing for the next Commonwealth game. We'll bring some more of his his voices to you tomorrow.
Exactly.
Where he spoke mostly, especially that Nigeria has got what it takes to host the Commonwealth Games. Don't forget it, that Commonwealth Games is in the next 6 years. And that when it comes to infrastructure, we're not really far behind. And it seems that we can get all our infrastructures in the right frame of mind to host the rest of the world.
Let me also drop this stipend.
Yeah.
A snippet, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
It says that when it comes to success, he knows his target. That it will not just be that the team went to participate, but they are going to win. And he has already given us a clue on the amount of medals and the athletes that will be going. Mr. J, this man has come out to say that some athletes have received their money. That he told us authoritatively that they have received their bonuses, and others they should not worry. For the fact that others have gotten the rest. We'll
definitely get.
So it will not be like where athletes will be protesting over unpaid bonuses
and allowances after
a tournament
is concluded. Honestly, I must confess that it's a very good one. Is the kind of thing we want to see in our sports administration over the years. Whatever is due to anybody, to any athletes, to any player, let it be given to the player, and he's doing exactly that. Another thing that he mentioned that I just heard from him that putting Nigerian sports facilities in place to compete, at least to be able to bid for bigger
events and tournaments.
Is a very good one, and if he adds that to the feeders is already garnered, it will be a very nice one.
I think just to point out the fact that he said a certain amount of money was paid. And then they asked him, should he transfer all the money? And he said, I think what has kept this man in office is integrity. He says the thing he does it. I'm not here holding forth for anybody. You know me. When you do wrong, I come at you with all the hammer in the world. But I think so far so good. I think he's been quite transparent.
To his words,
absolutely, and then I think our sport has been better for it.
Our sports have been better for it. All right, away from that story, let's inform you authoritatively with fact that the International Federation of Football History and Statistics have named the ex-Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Eyama as the greatest African goalkeeper of all time. Eyama, who was selected based on his outstanding performances for club and country during a career that spanned over a decade. Vincent Eyama won a couple of laurels both for Eimba as well as the Super Eagles. Also won a lot of laurels for his Israeli side, Hapoel Tel Aviv, and as well other record and history to his name. According to IFFHS, it says that he's better than Tony Silva. It's better than El Hadri of Egypt. It's better than Carlos Kameni of Morocco, of Cameroon. It's better than a whole lot of goalkeeper, including Barry of Cote d'Ivoire. This man rated the best of all time.
Better than Peter Rufai, Ike Shoro, Mulas bring it to Nigeria. Emmanuel Okala,
Joseph Dosu, and a whole lot of that. Quickly, you can also lend your voice on this particular topic, as it is a big topic for the day. Vincent Eyama named as the African greatest goalkeeper of all time. Do you agree with the International Federation of Football History and Statistics? What's your take? And of course, big one tonight. Sport Bishop, Mr. J, let's discuss it side by side with the game that will be going down later tonight. Coach Finidi George said he's targeting 2 wins from 2. Despite the injury worries to Calvin Bassey, Frank Onyeka, and all that. But he said, look, I am not deterred with the injury. I am going all out against Mali.
Well, we've been discussing this in and as Nigerian and as pertaining concerning Super Eagles. That is what we have joy talking about when there's a game that we are previewing, and it's a friendly, but he has given us his word before, and he has started matching them with action. No one expected him to beat Ghana. If you look at the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana, even though it's friendly, whenever there's a football match between Nigeria and Ghana, it is always not friendly, and he's been able to surmount that one. That is one down. The next for him, this is a game that he has been opportune to manage for Super Eagles now. He has done one, and the next one is this, and then let him do it. Maybe he is there's something bigger he's aspiring for.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just
What
have to
could be
get this
bigger
done.
other than the role of being the permanent coach of the Super Eagles?
But here is a criteria now. If you have done well the little job or the job you've been given to do in that position, maybe Nigerians will come into this.
So he can force his hand, force the NFF hand to hand him the job.
So, Mr. J,
Yep.
for you, it is a win for Super Eagles.
I wish you could see his face right now.
No. Yeah.
For you, it's a win.
It's a win.
Sport
It's a
Bishop.
win. Because I advised him yesterday. Sorry, I advised him that it's a very good opportunity for him to try other players that we've not seen, and those players may even be better. And if he ended up doing that and get better striker, better defender, better midfielders for us, just like Jose Peseiro got a goalkeeper for us. No one expected that. But he's been able to discover a very good goalkeeper for
that's his
Super
biggest
Eagles.
achievement.
So that's the only achievement for
All
me.
right, let me come to you, Mr. As Sport Bishop. Vincent Yama, the greatest of all time, African history. Do you agree?
I have no doubt about it. I think it's visible to the blind, audible to the deaf. El Hadri was good in Africa. In the Europe, what happened? Yama was not only good for the Super Eagles of Nigeria for Aimba. He took it straight to Israel. He took it straight to France. And wherever he was, he shone like a million star. So for me, I think it's a no-brainer. I think he's the best goalkeeper that has ever been. Not Sparry, not Kameni,
not Mendy.
Not come on. forgive. Mendy is a late bloomer. Emma was there from the young age to he left this. And even the scene, he was forced out of the scene. That he was really bad.
Exactly.
So for me, I think no argument. The number speaks for itself. The stat speaks for itself. And I agree that he's one of the best goalkeepers. For the Super Eagles, or if not the best goalkeeper, if not one of the best in the world. For the Super Eagles, I think I'm not interested in the result. Like I told you yesterday, I'm interested in how well they play. What style of philosophy is if Fidi job bringing to the table. Is he going to play in the same way he played against Ghana? If he does so, then it's a good playing pattern. There is a projectile. Yeah. There is a process. It's a work in progress. We can believe that there's something in there for Nigerians to look out for under the tutelage and the management of Fidi George. So, but I think they should get past Mali. Mali are not as if they're the biggest name in African football. Yes, they beat Mauritania by 2-0 a few days ago, but that's Mauritania. Yeah. We are if not the biggest name in Africa, one of the biggest teams in Africa. We are the Super Eagles, and we have the most expensive team in Africa. I think the top 5 in the world. The Wilfred indeed, the Kelechi Iheanachos, the Benjamin Tinubu, the likes of Nwabali. Look at the defense. You have Awazim. You have look at the left back. You have Collins. You have Zaidu Sanusi. You have Tyrone Ebuehi, Victor Moses. Come on, we've got teams. We've got a good team. So I think it doesn't matter what we look at. I'm more or less interested in the fair play, but I think we can beat Mali come 10 p.m. today in that friendly game.
10 p.m. is the kickoff. All right, so let's go on our first commercial break. When we come back, we will be taking your messages, we will be taking your calls, as well as your voice notes. We hear that Ashley Cole has been inducted in the EPL Hall of Fame, and again we are asking, is he the greatest left back of all time in the EPL? We want to hear your take on that. Is Ashley Cole the best left back ever in the EPL? All these and many more will be loading in the second half of the show. Big game as Spain will be taking on Brazil, and England will square it all against Belgium. Stay with us.
This is not just another radio on your dial. This is
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja.
Today's sun is so hot though.
So what are you waiting for? Get the authentic taste of creamy cold berry ice cream. To order online from Gariki, call 090-8831-5907. Guarimpa 090-8831-5909. And Lugbe 090-8845-3416.
Enjoy authentic cold berry ice cream.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
It's thrilling, controversial, heated, thought-provoking. Catch Rufai Oseni.
Came here to misrepresent the facts today as regards subsidy removal.
Kesire Aqua.
Report was that $9 billion is lost yearly to illegal mining.
And Simeon Sunday.
If you know something of this nature is happening within your community, why didn't you raise an alarm?
On the Front Page Review, weekdays at 7:15 a.m. Now, you have a voice.
As a sharp business owner, you know you need to advertise your business, right? You need the adverts. So, what better platform to advertise than with VOP 96.1 FM? Our rates are friendly, our reach extensive. Take that bold step and advertise that business today. Give us a call on 081 799 29729 or visit our office at number 4 Ogbomosho Street, Romeo's Pizza Building, Area 8, Abuja. See ya!
96.1 FM.
Tune in for all the action. Rep your team and be loyal to the game. Sports Lounge, weekdays 4 to 5 p.m. Now, you have a voice.
We are glad to know that you are still listening to Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, and you are listening to the show Sport Lounge that comes your ways every Mondays to Fridays at exactly 4 p.m. It has been a 30 minutes of a great football talk as well as football analysis. Not forgetting a football presentation in its finest with me, Franklin Imona, together with Mr. J and the Sport Bishop. All three of us have been taking you around the ever exciting world of sports, and we have been making your evening time worth a while. This is that time where we get to allow you mingle with us on the show on the phone line at 070-0010-961-961, 070-0010-961-961. What have we been talking about? Simple.
You can also let us know, or you can also go to our YouTube channel, talking about Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. And also, don't forget, you can listen to us on Radio Garden. Just search for Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, and as well, you can listen to us anywhere in the world. Simple. The question is simple. You can send your messages via SMS, WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call, or call that number 0700 010 961 961. Simple. We're looking at Vincent Eyama. Do you agree that Vincent Eyama is the greatest goalkeeper ever to come out from Africa? Is he the greatest goalkeeper from Africa? Let's hear from you. And as well, one man was inducted into the English Premier League Hall of Fame. I'm talking about one man, Ashley Cole. And the big question is he the best left back ever in the Premier League history? Don't forget, he played for Arsenal, and he played for Chelsea, and he won titles, and he won laurels, and he was part of the Invincibles. Is he the greatest left back ever to play in the Premier League? Let's hear from you.
All right, and we have some couple of messages already from our platform. Let's give it a read on the WhatsApp platform.
Okay, this one says Papa K from Port Harcourt. He says former Super Eagles goalkeeper being voted as the best goalkeeper in Africa history. I will congratulate Vincent Eyama for yet another post-career award. He was indeed phenomenal. My only surprise is Asaf El Hadri of Egypt, All the same, it is well deserved for Vincent Yama. The fact that Ashley Cole was inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame doesn't make him the best left back. I'll pick Patrice Evra over Cole any day, anytime.
Mr. J, Patrice Evra of Man United, 5 APL titles, 2 FA Cup, 1 Carling Cup, 1 Champions League, 1 FIFA World Club Cup, and 3 Champions League finals. Compared to Ashley Cole, do you want to agree with Papa K?
Ashley Cole won the Champions League as well.
From Port Harcourt, of course, Ashley Cole won 3 EPL, won the Champions League, didn't win the FIFA World Club Cup.
Sorry, don't bother yourself to go to me. I will ask you one question.
Yeah.
Did Ashley Cole play under Sir Alex Ferguson?
No, he didn't.
Okay. But he played under Arsene Wenger. And he played under Jose Mourinho.
No, baby.
And he played under the Invincible.
No. This question is targeted at you to stop counting the laurels Patrice Evra has won, because ever since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson, we know what it's been, and I'm not here to say anything, but that influence.
You are casting aspersions
on the that influence.
So now you are saying Patrice Evra's success to Sir Alex Ferguson.
No. Ashley Cole won laurels with Arsenal and Chelsea.
Okay.
You understand? Shouldn't that tell you something that it has that as an edge? Because this is one area that people have been one weapon that people have been using to say CR7 is better than Lionel Messi.
Okay.
You know. You know what I'm trying to talk about?
No, I don't.
I don't know. Okay. The fact that Ashley Cole played under various managers, different
makes
clubs.
Him better.
Hold on, different clubs, and in each of these clubs, we saw his exploit. So it's definitely better for me than Ashley Cole that Papa K mentioned. It's better. For me, it's better
for you. All right, I think we have a couple of voice notes. Let's take this voice note.
Well, for me, checking of the state of Vincent Yama, both for club and country, he has been a very good performance for the goalkeeper. Yeah, we know how we have been saving the Nigerian team back then. No, we really missed him, even though it was not. Even though we know he retired early from the national team due to Sunday Olise's stupidity.
No, we don't.
He's still a good player. He's still a good goalkeeper. So I would say he deserved the award, being the best in Africa. Yes, no, he's really the best in Africa. Even Mendy does not even reach up to his state. But we should just leave that for another day. So talking about Cole, well, I don't think so. I don't really think so, because there are other better LB. Yeah, there are other better LB in the league, in Premier League.
But he didn't mention any.
He did not mention
anyway,
any.
Before we take the next voice, because since the voices are pouring in, this one says Arsene Wenger has hailed the Hall of Fame Ashley Cole as the best left back in the Premier League has ever seen. Cole was reviewed at the first three-legged to enter the Hall of Fame in 2024, with fans invited to choose the next two from the short list. Few people knew the impact of the Premier League of Cole better than Wenger, who himself was inducted into the Hall of Fame alongside Alex Ferguson last year. In his word, he said, when he plays his first game, you feel like straight away that this guy is meant to be at this level. You think straight away, I will have a problem to take him out again. That's what you want from player. He's that good. Arsene Wenger speaking.
Arsene Wenger concerning his own player. You don't expect him to speak.
Come on, he played for Chelsea afterwards.
All right, let's hear from these listeners.
Hi, good evening, guys. Five more, Mr. J and Sport Bishop. This is Franklin from Erawa, and I just have to drop this voice note sharply. I'm kind of busy. Talking about Finidi George and the Super Eagles game that is coming up tonight. I like his confidence. At least he has done the first part of it already, and he's talking tough against tonight's game. Well, it's a good one to behold going into the game. And one thing I like about his team selection, we are having a hint from the inside that Olorunleke Ojo is going to start in goal for the fact that Nwabali is not around and Uzoho will be benched. So I think testing his new squad is a very good idea, considering the fact that this is a friendly game. I think I'll back him to niche this one. And for Inyama, rated the best African goalkeeper, of course, it's a no-brainer. He deserves the flowers. They say numbers don't lie, and the statistics are there for everybody to confirm. So it's a well-deserved one. Nyama is a good player with longevity, only for the fact that he doesn't have a good ending with the Super Eagles due to some politics that were played around this that ended his career with the Super Eagles on a wrong note.
Okay.
But regardless, Inyama is the best in Africa. And for Ashley Cole, Ashley, I won't say he's the best left back, but he's one of the best. Considering what he's done with Arsenal, with Chelsea, being one of the integral role of those that Arsenal squad that won that invincible and leading Arsenal to their first Champions League final against Barcelona that they unfortunately lost to Barca 2-1. And what he has done with Chelsea as well, being one of the players with the most FA Cup and won a Champions League with Chelsea as well. So Ashley is a good player, and being inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame is a well-deserved one.
Thank you.
That's my take. Nice show, guys.
Thank you very much, Franklin, all the way from Area 1. Yes, Ashley Cole, one of the best left back, but not the best left back according to him.
But so none of them has been able to name who should have been the
Patrick
best.
Vieira. Anyway, you can be part of the show. Simple. Just send in your messages, just like we heard. Messages, your voice note. You can put a call through, a WhatsApp message, or you call us on 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. Like you heard, even your voice notes will be heard because we are the voice of the people.
And please, when you do, try to wrap up your thought in 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Try to make it as short
and
as
snappy.
possible.
Yeah.
And please be very, very mindful with your words. Language is very, very important. So, despite your emotion being heavy or being a little bit negative, but try to use the right words so we do not yank you off. Again, we hear that Ryan Giggs is not inducted in the Hall of Fame. What has Ryan Giggs done?
A lot.
One of the best left back, one of the
left
best
winger,
player,
back,
the most
utility.
decorated player in the history of the Premier League with over 19 trophies.
11 Premier League titles.
With more than 19 trophies put together.
I think the Premier League are playing safe. It's issues off the pitch. Come on, man. It look like they support. Don't forget, he lost his job at the Wales national team because of this issue. He's been going through different issues with white battering, so many stuff, assault. I think the Premier League are playing safe, man. Let them wrap up this issue as quickly as possible.
Yeah. One good thing that he's been able to do is that he played up to 40 years of age.
Absolutely.
But
longevity.
He's not a left back. If we are talking of
left back, left wing, he played so many roles.
He's a utility player.
Absolutely.
But he's a left winger. He's a left-footed player, and he did really, really well in his playing days.
One man that is playing days have been cut short and he has been thrown into prison for 2 years is Brazilian striker Gabriel Barbosa, popularly known as a Gabigol. We hear that he has been given a 2-year ban for attempted fraud in a doping case in Brazil. Report has it that Gabigol was found guilty of attempting to manipulate the doping test at the Flamengo training camp in April 2023, while all his teammates completed the doping test before their 10 a.m. section, Gabigol was accused of obstructing the officials performing the test. He failed to comply with the procedures, went for lunch instead, handed over the vessel of urine sample open, and then told officials this would be his final doping test. The ban will run from April 2025 as it runs for 2 years from the date of the incident.
2 years. The guy is 27. What's left in his career?
He has when he'll be back, he should be around at 29.
And are you going to sign him then?
Are you asking me, Mr. Gino? The way you position your eyes, are you asking me?
It's a good question now.
No, because he himself has said this is his final doping test. Maybe if he's not in the limelight,
He
no
will be
one
out.
will be testing him.
Absolutely.
So as he quietly said that this
He
is
said
my
bye.
last doping test, whatever the result, I not do again.
But come on. But let's ask this question. What is Brazil players getting into trouble?
Well,
Robinho, Dani Alves just coming out on bail.
Over the
conditional
summer,
bail.
it was Anthony
of Manchester United. Now Gabigol.
If you ask me,
A top striker for Flamengo.
I would say if you put God aside, God will put you aside. Let me just leave it there because Brazil generally
They love to party. They love the wildlife.
Partying is a good thing, but what goes on after the party
Is the problem. Okay.
But then they feel that they are God of soccer when it comes to playing football. Everyone in the world knows how strong Brazil is, and if you are a Brazil indigenous or you are a
Brazilian,
you are a Brazilian, and you happen to be in a football world, in any team or in any club playing football, you feel you are on top of it and you feel that you can do and undo. But then anything that has a regulation, you have to play according to the rule.
Wales can beat anyone. That is the word of every Welsh
supporter.
player, Welsh supporter, and a Welsh indigent saying that, look, our game tonight against Poland, we can definitely defeat anyone. Games will be going down in the Euros
Before you go ahead, I think the only advantage they have is that the game is played in Cardiff. Apart from that, we all know what bookmakers say.
Wales can actually beat anyone.
Yeah, it's a game of 11-11.
Alright, so let me quickly run down the games that will be going down in the 2024 Euros playoff. In that League A, Wales at home will be playing out Poland, while in League B, Ukraine will be battling out against Iceland. And in the League C, it's all about Georgia with Captain Kvaratskhelia taking on the Greece national team. While in the League C, it's all about Lithuania against Gibraltar. That game is the relegation playoffs.
Yeah.
Another friendlies that have already been concluded. Zambia defeated Malawi by 2-1. It is a 94th minute as we speak. Cayman Island is losing at home to Moldova by 4-0. It's half time already. Zimbabwe 1-1 against Kenya. Record that Zimbabwe played out a 2-2 draw against Zambia. No victor, no vanquish. Later this evening, that's exactly 5 p.m. Uganda will trade tackle with Ghana. Yes, that game is alive. That in Marrakesh, in Morocco. The other stadium, not the one the Super Eagles will be playing. Yes, that game is built for Morocco. And all the games are at the 6 p.m. time. Finland will take on Estonia. Latvia has a date with Liechtenstein, while Hungary will do battle with Kosovo. It's all about Malta against Belarus, and Norway and Slovakia will play a friendly game. Czech Republic and Armenia has a battle to fight. Guyana and Cambodia at 8 p.m. will be the kickoff time. Vanuatu against Brunei, while Denmark against Faroe Island. Ivory Coast and Uruguay, a top game for the African champions. They will test their mettle against Uruguay, while Romania will play Colombia. It's all about Senegal and Benin Republic, while Austria and Turkey have a game. One of the big games that will be going down at exactly 8:45. We'll see England welcome Belgium. Netherlands against Germany. Germany will be at home. Ireland, that's Northern Ireland. We have a date with Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Kazakhstan will do battle. Scotland versus Northern Ireland. Ireland will take on Switzerland, while Northern Ireland will travel to go play Scotland, Slovakia, and Portugal have a game. Egypt, Croatia, France against Chile, and New Zealand versus Tunisia, Spain versus Brazil. Tough one. 9:30 is the kickoff time. Algeria and South Africa will do battle, while the biggest of them all, I will say, Mali against Nigeria is the biggest. There's nothing Mr. J will tell me. This is the biggest game going down tonight. Burkina Faso and Niger Republic at 11 p.m. when we will be seeing Super Eagles game. Other games will be going down. Morocco against Mauritania, while Togo and Libya will battle.
Don't forget the games in the preliminary qualifier. We now know Eswatini are through to the final group, the group stages of the qualification for the AFCON. They played a 2-2 draw with Somalia earlier today, but they are through on aggregates. That time we have Mauritius as charter games for 4 p.m. is ongoing. Liberia will take on Djibouti for 5 p.m. And of course, not forgetting South Sudan taking on Sao Tome and Principe. We know in that game between England and of course Belgium that 2 players will have a start in that game. If you're a fan of Man United, you'll be looking to the God of Heaven because Kobe Mino will making his official first start for England alongside the striker of Brentford, Ivan Toney.
All right, let's touch down on the world of tennis as we hear that Andy Murray has picked up an injury following his defeat in the Miami Open. Andy Murray, who has won just one game so far this year, was defeated 5-7, 7-5, 7-6, 7-5 to Thomas Matchard on Sunday. Should we tell or should we advise Andy Murray, Mr. J, should you be advising him that, look, Oga, pack a bag?
I have already advised him that.
Okay, what did you say? Remind us.
Before I said it yesterday that time is up for him.
It's complete. Time is up. I think that's the only thing we can say to him. Time is up.
Time is up.
It's past his best. I think you leave now. The ovation is too loud.
All right. Other games that went down that were so winners was British number 1 Ketia Boita, I beg your pardon, as she's out of the Miami Open after a 4th-round defeat by Victoria Azarenka of Belarus. She was defeated 7-5, 6-1. Though she's ranked 30th in the world, seems that Britain, when it comes to tennis this season, they are just losing on all sides. World number 1 Igor Swiatek is also out after losing 6-4, 6-2 to Alexandrova of Russia. Meanwhile, American world number 3 Kokogov was stunned by French 23rd seed Carolina Garcia, who reached the last 8 in Miami for the first time with a 6-3, 1-6, 6-2 victory. 2-time Grand Slam champion Azarenka, who is 34 years old, will now play Yulia Putiseva over Kazakhstan in the quarterfinals. Sport Bishop, what's happening? The big names in the female tennis are just buying out.
It is what it is. Iga Swiatek dumped out 6-4, 6-2 by Ekaterinburg. Azarenka also will play Yela Putleva. So for me, it is what it is. We heard Naomi Osaka has been dumped out already. Come on, man. We wait and see. I love the female tennis because you don't know what to expect. We saw a certain Emma Raducanu win the US Open and now she's nowhere to be found in the tennis world map. So it is what it is. Let's see. I think I'm rooting for Katie Bolter. It's been a while we saw a British tennis player win something. They always crash out of the second round, third round, worst quarterfinals. They don't even get close to the title. So it's not so that Katie Bolter can break that jinx and win herself the Miami Open.
You look at the top 5 male tennis players at the ATP, no British. Is in the top 5.
Okay, there's always.
But there's one man that I love so much. His name is Carlos Alcaraz. I think he looks into the eyes of the likes of Novak Djokovic and say, "Come on, this is my time. This is my season."
You have to leave the scene for me.
Djokovic is going nowhere. I think he has like 3 or 4 Grand Slam to win.
Of course, and he's still ranked world number 1.
Yeah, absolutely,
number 1. Yeah.
The youngest ever world number 1 is Carlos Alcaraz, and the guy is just 20. He's got a lot of years ahead of him.
Yeah,
so come on, Gilles Monfils is a big name in tennis. He dumped him out. He's going to play Zverev next. Zverev beat American Christopher Eubank 7-6, 6-3 as well. So I think I love the fact that the big boys are stepping up. I just hope we can end up seeing a Zverev Carlos Alcaraz final. We'll wait and see.
I wish. Aside from Saints winning the Australian Grand Prix over the weekend, it has been bad news in the world of Formula 1. From Max Verstappen retiring through that incident.
Crash. Yeah.
Yes, just an incident, not an accident. Yes, just a minor shift. And we saw the likes of Lewis Hamilton accusing the board of directors of the Formula 1 of hanky-panky And couple of days ago, it was a Saudi prince who was indicted for fingering the movement of the Grand Prix from away from Spain down to Saudi Arabia, then away to Qatar, then away to Italy. It has been here and there. A lot of scandals in the Formula One.
And even Toto Wolff and his wife, where they had the issue of where there was a conflict of interest. Why says she's the wife to the Mercedes president and also a member of the FIA, so she could be tilting towards her husband. Come on. But anyway, I love the fact that we got a new winner. Finally, I'm tired of the dominance of Red Bull and Max Verstappen. Exactly. Let his brake fail at some point. Come on. It was becoming more or less, shall I say, one horse race, and I was tired of it. For the past 3 years, it's been Red Bull. Red Bull 1-2, Red Bull 1-2, Red Bull winning the constructors, winning the drivers' championship, and it's good to see a breath of fresh air. Ferrari and Carlos Sainz giving us something different. Last I think at the Australian Open this weekend.
And one woman who is dressed in all white just brought fresh air into the studio. And one thing that she will say is, guys, it's time to leave. Prove me wrong.
You think you are?
Okay. This time around, she said you are not leaving.
Yes, you stay and finish the shift. So, guys, the sports lounge is going to be extended all the way till 9 p.m. today. We're having a very nice sportsy day. Since the men don't want to leave the studio, because